Mi gente, I'm in the studio right now, the home studio, as you can see, and I wanted to show you my workflow on recording vocals. I just recorded some vocals, so I wanted to go ahead and show you how I do what I do. Let me put these headphones on and let's get into it. First, let me take a sip. Not sponsored by LaCroix, but I really like them. Shouts out to Distro Kid. This video is sponsored by them. My boy Mr. Crew sent me this fire beat. It's amazing. Hopefully you guys can hear it from here, but let's let it rip. Alright, so you guys got a little snippet of what the beat sounds like. Now, typically, guys, I don't use a template. Most people use kind of a pre-set template for recording their music, and I definitely see the benefits because you are pretty much just plug and play. You don't have to figure the settings out every single time. I personally need to do that. You want to try to minimize the time that it takes to set up so you can just go. That's kind of how I have my setup here. So I have my work computer and I have my creative computer, and you know, if ever I'm on lunch break, or if ever I get a, you know, kind of like a little bit of off time, I can literally just pull this mic. As you can see here, it's got the Chaotica eyeball and it's hooked to this boom retractable or adjustable arm that's hooked to my computer or to my desk, and I could just go ahead and pull a session up and start recording. So that's kind of the benefit of having this super accessible. So I did just that. I had a lunch break and I put on a beat and I'm like, ooh, I'm feeling something. So this is initially what I recorded. So first off is get a template and or get your setup situated where you can quickly knock out an idea, so you're not having to manually input everything, set up everything, and then tear down everything, because by that time you don't even want to record anything. So I had the beat, and I'm going to mute the other tracks, and I recorded a scratch vocal that literally is just mumbling words. So check this out.
Hey, yo, Mr. Cruz.
I've been through the world, I've been through the dirt, standing in the dirt, standing in I don't give up.
Okay, so I put a little auto tune there. In this case, it's just Logic's default pitch corrector. So nothing too fancy. I threw on a little compressor here, and I threw a little compressor here, channel EQ, and an exciter to make it sound a little bit better when I started recording. So that gave me kind of that initial, like, okay, we got something to work with here. We got something to work with. So I'm going to go ahead and mute that track. Again, it's just a bunch of babbling. I didn't have any words. I didn't have any concept. I just started babbling what sounded and felt good to me. Again, you may hate this. You may not like this at all, but it's what felt good to me. And I feel like usually when something feels good to me, it's got the right emotion, then I'll run with it. And then I started to kind of record some vocals. The initial vocal was this actually here. I'm going to go ahead and mute that one with the words. Here's some pots and pans back there.
Yo, Mr. Cruz.
I've been through the worst, I've been through the drama, big kick to the curb, saw the tears on my mama, see I've been in the dirt, couldn't make it all work, y'all ain't seen nothing, yeah, I won't give up.
So that was my first take on that, and then I went ahead and re-recorded that hook, and I threw some sauce on there, and then I had two backup vocals.
Yo, Mr. Cruz.
I've been through the worst, I've been through the drama, been kicked to the curb, oh yeah, saw the tears on my mama, shit I've been in the dirt, couldn't make it all work, y'all ain't seen nothing, yeah, I ain't give up, never give it up.
So basically what it comes down to is I got the hook, so I got the idea for the hook, just humming melodies. I put a little pitch correction on there just so I could stay on key, and I wouldn't have to worry about, is this note gonna fit, is this note not going to fit. I already knew highlighting the sections here on the factory default pitch corrector on Logic. These are the notes that I want to hit, and this is where I want to stay. I reduced the response down all the way down, so I'm not listening to any of the issues that I have with my pitch or what have you, the imperfections I mean, and I just kept it in that pocket. And then once I started getting comfortable, I'm like, okay, I'm feeling this particular melody, let me lay it down. I laid it down. Then I started writing around that. So as you can see here from my layout, I've gone ahead and set up boom, hook, boom, hook, boom, hook. Now you can highlight this, you can make it all sorts of different colors on Logic to make it look prettier, to make it look more organized. I don't get into the nitty gritty like that. I'm sure if this was something that I did every single day, which I don't, I would start getting into the nitty gritty of highlighting and had like tons of tracks. And I've been in sessions before where it's literally like 50 tracks. You have to be organized at that point in time. But for me, I know looking at this, okay, this is the hook, boom, 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 and this is my space for my verses. So now that I have the basic structure of hook, bridge, then I can go ahead and start working on the verses. And I do kind of a similar thing where I'll start kind of humming certain pieces, and I'll actually just start recording. So all of this for me is not a final recording whatsoever. This is literally just to write. Okay, this is just to write. I get the idea down, I record it, move on. Record it, move on. And I listened to it a couple times. I sent it to friends. I asked for their feedback. Hey, what do you guys think about this? I actually just shot it to a couple people. That being said, guys, this is my workflow. So the great part about this is whenever I'm done with this song, okay, and I told you guys this was a pre-produced song, pre-produced beat, I can hop onto, and I'm gonna go ahead and pull this up real quick. I can hop onto DistroKid to get the upload set up. So let me go ahead and set that up here real quick. So when everything is said and done, I'll click upload. All right. I got the cover art. I got the final master of the song. I know my words, everything, the lyrics, all of that is set. I know my release date, which by the way should be at least 4 weeks in advance, guys. 4 weeks. Set your release date 4 weeks from the day that you're uploading this thing, because you don't want any hiccups. If you want to go ahead and pitch it to Spotify for any potential playlist placement, you want to do that 4 weeks in advance at the bare minimum, 4 to 6 weeks. Make sure all this information is filled out and set. You can go ahead and add a collaborator, add their information, right? Now, what's really cool, guys, and we talked about this on my Instagram the other day, is that once you have everything set up, right, you can go ahead and select your release. And I haven't obviously released this song yet, but let me go ahead and do that real quick. Let me pretend that this is the final song. Check this out. Okay, so to add the collaborator, add recoupments. Add collaborator, boom. You can go ahead and set it from the jump. 50-50, whoever it is. You put their email in. If they don't have a DistroKid account, they'll get a certain, I think it's like $10 off or a certain percent. Don't quote me on that. They'll get a certain percentage off to join DistroKid so that they can receive the royalties, and automatically it'll transfer to them. If in my case, if I had bought the beat, let's say on layaway from the producer, and I said, hey homie, I got you for $150, hypothetically speaking, is it cool if we do a recoupment for the first $50 of my royalties? And he says yes. First recoup $50, not 50 cents, $50. Put in his email address right there. Okay, easy. After that, you can set it up where he gets 50, I get 50, and it does that automatically. It knows. So hopefully you guys, okay, so there you go. A 50% discount coupon will be instantly emailed to them if they don't have DistroKid. So they'll actually get 50% off, which is about $10 for a basic plan. Really awesome. This is my workflow. So shouts out to DistroKid for sponsoring my content. Shouts out to them for this tool, the recoupment tool. This is how I set up my sessions. This is how and again, this is all default Logic plugins. This is all factory plugins. I have some non-factory plugins that I will work with if I am involved in the mixing and the mastering of the song. But for all intents and purposes, I try to be as basic as possible to get the job done. So I'm not fussing around. I'm not messing around with something that doesn't necessarily need to be messed around with, because I want to make sure that I am on the go, on the fly with my music. So I hope you guys found this helpful. Leave a comment in the comment section below if you're a Logic or Reason fan. Fruity Loops, Ableton, where my homies at. And if you have any questions on anything really, if you have technical questions on DistroKid, please go to their FAQ section on their website first before you hit me up. And if you have any super technical questions, they actually have a support team there available for you. But I try to answer common basic questions every now and again. So just let me know. Follow me on Instagram, nicosantana.co. And if you like stuff like this, behind the scenes stuff like this, I'm not looking at the camera, I just gotta aim the voice here, project my voice to the microphone. If you like content like this, let me know, man. I'm trying new things out. I'm definitely trying to up my game here on the YouTube channel. Shouts out to my homie Ivan Calderon, man. He's got the works. He's a dope producer. Check him out. Check out his content. In fact, I'll give him a shout out and link him in the description below as well if you guys are interested in more stuff like this. And if you want to see more stuff like this from me, déjeme saber, especialmente en español. Hasta la próxima, mi gente. Nico Santana, DistroKid, distrokid.com/VIP/Nico Santana. We out.